Hello, welcome back to another episode on Farming Simulator 25. We're just going to go ahead and load up some of these pallets really quick. I was going to do it off screen, but it doesn't seem to be as brutal as the long planks and the wood beams. But I'm also not trying to, I guess, load up as much at a time. So it's going a little bit quicker. I'm going to go ahead and do this on a time lapse, so I'll see you when we're done. Welcome back. I need to load up the planks from here onto the trailer as well, but I just realized in June we can actually start harvesting. It looks like the barley. Well, that's it for now. I don't think I have anything else except barley, wheat, and oats at the moment anyway. Though if I buy farmland 35, I guess that gets me canola, then all the money would disappear. So I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that either. The next thing I'm curious about is whether I should spend the money, and I'm thinking I will. So here's what I'm thinking about doing. I am thinking about going to purchase a MacDon, because the MacDon will boost the grain from my fields by an extra 25%. So that's 135,000, and I think it's another 100 for the header. And the header I can use on my John Deere combine instead of the header it has now, and it's going to be a little bit bigger, which I think is great as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to buy it. I'm not going to hesitate. So let's see, what's our options here? We have 170. What does this do for us? Oh, just more horsepower. Might as well. And I think we'll go with the minus. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and buy that. And then we're going to go ahead and buy the header that comes with that. There should be another header there, and this is not the one that I want. So let's see if I can find it. This should be the header for it. It's 12.5, this is 15.2. Does this actually work on the MacDon? No, it doesn't. Well, there goes that plan. now the question will be whether or not this will actually work on my combo. But I do want the transport wheels, and we'll keep the basic color. Alright, let's hop in that MacDon. Let's grab the header and drive up to our fields. Alright, and how do we turn the chair around? Shift B. And here we go. Well, this is super responsive. Well, in that case, we're going to keep that header with a John Deere for a little bit longer, see if this one can work on it as well. The reason I like this one is because it has wheels that you can unfold, so it doesn't need a separate trailer, which obviously makes it way easier, as well as one less thing to kind of have somewhere and carry around. It's kind of exciting. We've reached the pinnacle of my grain farming or cereal crop farming. I've been waiting for this for a while. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it this season or not. Just because, to be honest, I didn't know if I was going to have enough fields, but with our massive expansion over the winter, we have enough fields where this can definitely, you know, benefit and pay itself off. We'll just do it from here real quick. Pool is not compatible? What the heck? How is this not compatible? That's pretty darn interesting, right? So there's the MacDon. The head combinations, I get this, which I do not own. So what the heck did I buy? Well, alright, that makes no sense. I'm going to bring this trailer back and I guess sell it and lose money. Buy the other trailer. Hopefully that will work. Let's see if we can make it through here. Well, luckily I have a bunch of planks to sell, so I'll make some money back. I still would like to place down the goats if we have the opportunity, or maybe not, because I think if I wait just one more month, I can harvest this little field here and then create more space. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do a jump cut. I'm going to go back to the store, sell this, and hopefully buy the proper header and see if that works, because I have no idea what just happened there. Alright, welcome back. So we went back to the store, sold the trailer for $113,000, I believe. Now I'm curious on how much money we lost. Well, we lost probably about $10,000. That's not bad. We bought it for like 5 minutes and then sold it. Let's get out of the way of this car. All right. Let's actually check this out. I was going to put it on a worker, but I'd like to see it for ourselves first. So basically what it's supposed to do is just make a massive windrow with all the straw and in this case I believe it's barley, all in this windrow right here. Then what we have to do is come back afterwards You know what, let's just go straight into this next field. We come back afterwards with our combine, and then we'll be able to lift the grain from the windrow with it. Pretty cool. It seems like it's pretty fast, but we shall see. Really, the most important thing to me is we get an extra 25% yield. I mean, that's just awesome. I was worried about the grain mill running out of wheat, but it seems it made it through the entire year. We'll check after we're done with this. You know, the only thing I'm unsure of is I think the AI worker will work with the MacDon doing this, but I don't think it's going to work with the combine to pick up the wheat. But we'll figure all that out. This is all new technology for me. But if that is true, then obviously I'm going to have to think about how to streamline all my harvesting. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this on a time lapse. I'll throw the worker into the next field, and I'll finish loading up those planks. And then I gotta figure out if my current header will work on these, or if I need to buy one of the MacDon ones. I'm thinking most likely I'll have to go buy one of the MacDon headers in order to pick up these big windrows. But we'll figure all that out. So I will see you when I am done. Welcome back. Here we are at the Carpenters, and we're going to go ahead and try to sell this all in one go. Nice. 293,000. That is fantastic. Well, that makes our my money concerns disappear a little bit. That's crazy. So we made 300 and almost another 300 here in just wood in last episode and this one. Wow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and head back to the yard. I'll do a quick jump cut. So I'll see you when we get there. Welcome back. We just made it back to the farm. You know, let me check to see how the bakery is doing. The bakery's got 1,000. It's almost out of flour. Let's go ahead and drop this off real quick. There we go. Oops. And then we need to figure out what to do about the header for my John Deere combine. I'm not exactly sure if I can use my current header or if I have to purchase the MacDon one. And if I have to purchase the MacDon header or the combine, then I'm going to purchase the one that flexes, because one of the issues we've had with our combine is sometimes when the field has a lot of undulations in it, they'll miss bits and pieces. It's usually not too bad because I'll come back after the fact and landscape a little bit to smooth it out, but I can't really always do that. Let's see, almost over to the bakery. We'll go, oh, hit a rock. And if there's one thing we know about these Red Rock trailers, is they love to tip. It's funny, as I was driving back from the Carpenters, I was just kind of laughing because this game is all about, you know, a ton of money comes in. Dude, You had a stop sign, bro. That's totally your fault. As I was saying, this game is all about a ton of money will eventually come in, and then it immediately leaves because you got to buy equipment. Alright, that should take care of... That was my fault. It's like a nice Jeep I just, folded in half. Well, as I was saying before, all this massive amounts of traffic in the city today. Well, it is the afternoon, so I guess that's why it's so busy. But it seems like I bust my butt. I have a huge sale of either products or produce, or wood pallets in this case, which I guess would be a product. And then I immediately turn around and spend it. I mean, it's kind of nice we've reached the point where we're making a lot of money. At least, so far. All we're going to do now is reinvest it and start to make a lot more. Well, I hear a car who stopped instead of passing me up. I'm gonna ride the shoulder and see if couldn't pass me up anyway. Another car showed up. Well, the AI worker with the MacDon's just about done. We'll go ahead and park this up really quick. I'm gonna park it back in its same position, just a little bit closer to our little canning factory there, so that way I can drop off some grain as we are harvesting it today. I wonder if, well, it's not if, I guess when we will have so much grain harvested that I'll have to purchase the huge grain mill on the map, or I can always build my own as well. Alright, for right now we're just going to go ahead and drop this off right here. And let's figure out what's going on with the headers here. So this header says it's a header for the windrower to mow the crops and thresh them later with the combine harvester. So then if we go to the grain headers, this is the one I accidentally bought. Headers are attached to harvesters. This is the one I would like to buy. You know what? Let me actually go to the labeled ones. Let's head down to M and see everything under MacDon. Pickup header that are used to pick up windrows that can be threshed. Those are created with the windrower. So I definitely need to buy this then in order to actually pick up from the windrows. So that's what I have with the MacDon. I don't have any of these headers that actually go onto my John Deere. This would need to go. This should be compatible with all of them. Cool. Okay, so let's buy that. It's not quite as expensive as I thought, but it doesn't have a trailer, does it? Now I gotta buy a trailer for it. Well, it's not that wide. Maybe I can just go pick it up with 5.7 meters. Let me just go pick that up with my combine. This bad boy needs a wash when we're done today. Alright, this feels like it's going to take a while, so I'll do a jump cut. I'll head over to the store, pick up the header, come back to our fields, and start harvesting. See you when we're back there. Alright, here we are. We are back at our farm. Went ahead and picked up the header. It's basically the same width as my combine with these huge wheels on. And I don't think we'll be able to do this on an AI worker anyway. Alright, let's get the barley and let's make sure we are leaving a windrow for straw. Perfect. You can see the difference in color from the straw and the actual barley itself once it's been threshed, I guess. So this is going to be a pretty busy harvest. Oh my gosh, he missed a huge piece here. I guess I'll have to go finish that myself. There's a downside of not double checking the AI workers' work. I'm very glad to have them. They save a ton of time. But sometimes, man, they just miss stuff or mess it up or get stuck running into a corner and just billing me for it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do this on a time lapse. It's pretty interesting. It's different. I'll have to fix that patch that the AI worker missed. I'll have to, I guess, thresh all of these fields. I'll see you when we're done. Welcome back. I'm just finishing up the little extra pieces here where the MacDon couldn't harvest it properly, and I think we're pretty much out of time. I've gone ahead and slowed the time down because I realized this is going to be a really busy month. There we go. Unfortunately, we can't do this with an AI worker. You know, we actually might be able to. No, it won't allow me to. So the AI worker won't detect the field, but for steering assist, it will let me try to figure it out. So unfortunately, none of this can actually be done with an AI worker. So far, we've gotten quite a bit of barley harvest. I haven't turned on the actual processing of the barley into flour in the grain mill. I just wanted to see how much we ended up getting. Let's double check. So far, we're up to almost 45,000. Technically, it should be 45,000 because it's 22,500 liters in my trailer. Somewhere I must have lost a liter. Let's actually check the map real quick. I think those are the only barley fields. No, number 4. That's right, the new one I bought. That should also be ready for harvest. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and park this here so I won't forget to harvest it. We need to hop on the MacDon And let's drop this. Nope. Unfold it first. Now we can drop it. We'll collect this. Shift B to change the direction. Excellent. Interesting. I can't unfold it, but that's fine. I think when the MacDon is unfolded, it's just wider. I'm gonna drive this down to our other yard, we'll call that our production yard, and throw the header back on, so that way hopefully I'll remember the next episode that I need to do that field as well. We still need to make straw bales, then pick up those straw bales, and I don't know what else, maybe try mulching the field with our white tractor with an AI worker. It is June. I think it's July and August that I can plant the winter or the fall crops. So I'd like to get as much done as possible. So I think technically I've made an extra step with the MacDon, but I don't think it really matters because again, increasing the yield by 25%, I'm willing to do that extra step. The only bummer is that I can't automate the harvesting. If I could automate the harvesting so that the AI workers could do it as well, that'd be great because then I can either bounce around between them. There we go, everything's set. Or, do it next to them or behind them. It would be great. Actually, maybe that might not be a bad idea if I throw the AI worker on the MacDon and then come up behind it with the harvester. That might be the most efficient. Okay, let me double check to make sure we're not forgetting anything. Actually, you know what? Since we're not advancing the month forward, it doesn't really matter. We can figure it out later. Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.